Erik, what can you tell us about the details of the settlement at this point?
We really don't have any more details than the ones that you have just mentioned. It was a really large figure, $787.5 million. I think that's quite a bit more than folks were expecting. We've seen the statements. As you mentioned, there were questions about retractions or apologies. So far, we haven't really seen that. I mean, it's possible more of that could come out. But even the statement that you mentioned from Fox, they say that they acknowledge the judge's finding that the statements about Dominion were false instead of sort of just flat out saying, yes, they were false. We'll see if there's something more comes from that. But right now, this is just kind of a surprise. It was announced in open court, as you mentioned, just before opening statements were about to begin after a 2.5-hour delay. So I think we'll get more details maybe about what went on behind the scenes, but right now that's all we've got.
Erik, a settlement does not always mean an admission of guilt. Have we heard anything formally to that extent from Fox News? Will there be an apology?
No, we haven't heard that explicitly stated. It's possible that there could be more of that on the way. We know that Dominion has said that these repeated, statements, dozens over several weeks after the election, has had a massive impact on the company. Obviously, they were seeking $1.6 billion, a huge amount. Fox said all along that number was really inflated in terms of losses. But there's no denying that Dominion, it used to be an obscure company people didn't know about. It became a household name. They received threats. Employees had to leave. There's debates over whether or not their voting machines should ever, be used. So far, the impact has been, I think, probably minimal on the company because they have so many contracts out. That's some of the evidence that Fox discovered during the discovery process. But it remains to be seen how these machines whether or not they'll continue to be divisive in future elections in 2024, for example, or whether or not this conspiracy theory could somehow be put to rest. I mean, we know Donald Trump is running, of course, in 2024, and he still claims that the election was rigged. So this conspiracy theory that was really amplified by Fox News and other networks have real consequences.